Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Oliver Ehlert. I'm a product manager at German certification body CERTCO, and I would like to introduce you into certification in the environmental field our company has to offer. The contents of the presentations are outlined as follows. First, an introduction of our company. Second part, what does certification mean? In the third part, I would like to introduce our certification services. And in the fourth part, a short introduction on standards and politics currently ongoing in the European Union. Our company was founded in 1972 and renamed in 1995 when the certification market was liberalized in Europe and especially in Germany. And since 2019, CERTCO is a 100% subsidiary of TUB Rhineland, one of the big German service providers for certification and testing. Our main office is located in Berlin. We have smaller locations in Cologne, Bonn, and the testing laboratory in Nuremberg. And we also have 2 sales offices in Shanghai and Taiwan, serving our customers there. We have around 5,200 customers in the countries shown here in blue, and with about 15,000 certificates we currently have in our database. We claim ourselves competent and transparent. This is why our certifications we have and our accreditation certificates are mentioned on and downloadable on our database. Our certification systems refer to internationally, national or local standards. And our customers rely on our neutrality, independence and competence. We are accredited by a national accreditation body DAX for product certification, testing laboratory and inspection body. And we are also a notified body of the European Commission. Of course, we hold our quality management system according to ISO 9001, information security management, environmental management, and occupational safety and health management system. So what does certification mean? First of all, standards are free for use. Standards are common knowledge, which can be purchased by a respective local national standardization body. And based on these standards, 3 different certification possibilities are offered. First-party certification, which is the so-called product declaration or manufacturer self-declaration. Second-party certification, which means can be used by the user or contract partners, which is known from the automotive industry to audit the supply chain, or by an independent third party, so-called third-party certification. This is what CERTCO is doing. Our certification is based always on a certification scheme. These certification schemes comprise the test criteria, for example, mentioned in the respective standards, the certification conditions for the award of the mark, like definition of product types, sampling, validity of the certificate, etc. And it specifies further technical requirements not specified in the standard, for example, requirements relating to product design. These certification schemes are publicly available free of charge on our website, and they can be easily adapted to suit changing conditions, and they are developed by interested parties in a certification committee. So this is what the certification process looks like. Regularly, we receive your inquiry, we submit you the relevant documents, and we issue an individual offer if needed. Based on the information, the technical assessment and the evaluation is ongoing. Testing is performed in a recognized CERTCO testing laboratory, and then we do assess the outcome of the test report. In the end, we issue, in the positive way, we issue the certificate in the case of the positive assessment, and we grant the right to use the respective mark. Last but not least, product certification is always combined with a regular market surveillance. So what does certification mean? Bottom line is, conformity assessment is a legal act. That means standards can be referred to, or certification systems can be referred to regulations or to other legal provisions which are currently necessary for you and your product to enter the respective markets based on national or international standards, for example, international trade, etc. So what services does the CERTCO offer? Certifications in the environmental field are widespread. The CERTCO is offering bio-based products, biodegradability in soil, home and industrial composting, recycled content, sustainable biomass, and FSC and PFC wood certification and chain of custody. So where are your products located? You can be found starting from the seed quality, the seed guard, Red Cert ISCC on sustainable biomass, timber regulation, FSC, PFC, agricultural wood, bio-based products for content of renewable raw materials, recycled content of products, and end-of-life options like composting and biodegradability in soil. Bio-based products can be certified if they have a renewable material content. That means those materials are fully or partly manufactured from natural raw materials and have a self-contained carbon dioxide cycle. These certifications can be provided with the DIN mark according to ASTM and ISO standards, but also with the NEN bio-based system based on the European standard 16785 Part 1. This scheme is managed by Dutch standardization organization NEN. Currently, the best known certification is about industrial compostability of packaging. Here the standard EN 1342 is the basis of certification, which is mandatory. This standard is also mentioned in the European Packaging and Packaging Waste Directive. If your product is claimed to be industrially compostable, it must comply with this standard. And products are manifold, which can be certified: shopping bag, garbage bags, disposable tableware, etc. If you want to know more about this certification, please let us know. In Germany, we expect the bio-waste ordinance to be renewed in the next couple of months. Composting facilities are always saying that 12-week on industrial composting certification is way too long for the rotting times in their facilities. This is why CERTCO has developed a certification system, DIN Plus, for bio-waste bags only. This means waste bags for kitchen and canteen waste collection, which can be disposed with the green bin. The test requirements in line with EN 1342 are of course met, with an additional test for compostability with 100% disintegration after 6 weeks duration. This is to ensure that those bio-waste bags made from plastics or from paper are disintegrating within the respective times. CERTCO is also the technical reviewer in the international market for BPI in North America and for the Australasian Bioplastics Association ABA in Australia and New Zealand. So if you want to get certified there, please let us know. We can make the contacts with these organizations, and in fact we are the technical reviewer of your process. Home composting is something which is upcoming in the last couple of years. So far there are only 2 standards available, one in Australia and New Zealand, as mentioned right before, for the ABA certifications, and the French standard NFT 51800, which can be used as basis for assessment. The scope of testing is the same as for industrial compostability, but of course at lower temperatures and at longer time durations. Currently, Zen is developing a new standard on home compostable lightweight plastic carry bags. The standard is expected to be finalized at the end of the year. Biodegradability in soil. This is based on an EN standard 17033. This standard is explicitly made for mulching films for agriculture and horticulture. That means no other products can be certified. The scope of testing is very similar to the ones shown before, with plant toxicity, earthworm toxicity, and nitrification tests. And for biodegradability in soil, this standard is recommended by the European Fertilizer Regulation as to replace PE-based or other material-based, non-biodegradable-based mulching films. For a couple of years now, CERTCO is also certifying recycled content. For this, we cooperated with Plastics, you may have heard of. This certification system is based on on-site audits at manufacturers' production sites to verify the requirements of the traceability of the used material and on the determination of the recycled content according to the ISO 14021 standard for environmental self-declaration. It classifies post-consumer or post-industrial recyclates and confirms that no mutagents or toxic substances are used in the production process, and the entire manufacturing process of the certified products is evaluated. So this is an overview of what can be certified, what this logo is all about. PCR, you can see on the right-hand side, post-consumer recyclates, PIR, post-industrial recyclates, or mixtures from both. This logo can also be used on B2C and on B2B. So this is what this logo could look like on your product. You can see in that circle on the left-hand side that we have the EU plastic regulation, compliance with the new guidelines, monitoring and optimizing of the production processes. Of course, this is not our job, but yours. In the end, recyclable synthetics are used, regranulates such as PE, PP, PET, or polystyrene. And in the end, the demonstrated proportion of the recycled material is audited and certified by CERTCO. Brand new and currently still under a little bit of development. CERTCO and Plastics developed the microplastics-free certification system. You can see the logos from left to right. Content-free for microplastic, no plastics in your product, no plastics at all, or no plastics in the packaging. This certification system is based on laboratory testing and not by manufacturing audits. So this is a short overview of these four logos. I don't want to tell very much on those. Maybe the free from microplastics is to mention that the Plastics Mark certifies products, namely cosmetics and sanitary articles, detergents and cleaning agents, that avoid using microbeads and microplastics and generic microplastics as defined by the European Chemical Agency, Annex 15 of the restriction report. Last but not least, standards and politics. This is what we are also here at this conference. In 2015, the European Packaging and Packaging Waste Directive was renewed, and the standard EN 13432 for industrial composting applies to be suitable for organic recovery, for composting and anaerobic digestion of these products or packaging. And this standard is a market access requirement in the European Free Trade Zone. Based on this directive, the European Commission asked the European standardization body ZEN for a separate home compostability standard. I mentioned that earlier. This standard is for lightweight plastic carrier bags. The first draft was ready. The approval is still to be granted. We're currently reviewing the final comments. In the end, a report on the impact of the use of oxo-degradable plastics on the environment was released in April 2019, and the European Commission analyzed that. And as you know, those oxo-degradable products are forbidden according to the Single-Use Plastics Directive. Current EU projects which are ongoing and or under discussion. are the Circular Economy Action Plan, the Single-Use Plastics Directive, as mentioned, with the high member state outreach. The Packaging and Packaging Waste Directive is currently discussing its essential requirements. And as we speak of the Green Deal, also the EU Sustainable Finance Action Plan is currently under development. So this is an overview, a flashlight, courtesy of Weber Shandwick and European Bioplastics. You can see the overview of the timeline of the key dossiers currently ongoing, like the Chemical Agency proposal on microplastics, the enhanced producer responsibility guidelines, and similar. You may find yourself on these graphics. More information on our certification systems can be found on CERTCO.de. You can find their application forms, our certification schemes, schedule of fees, a list of certificate holders in our database, which is a full text search database, some frequently asked questions, and of course the contacts for any other questions. So how do we see us? CERTCO is independent and is not consulting, but CERTCO can be one of those wheels between associations, manufacturers, testing partners, and end users. So, and this engine may work like that. So if you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to contact us, and please visit our online booth of the Plastic Free World Conference. Thank you very much for your attention.